Well, would you look at there, guys? The grass is growing, we got good blades coming off from the ground. It seems like it's well rooted. Have to check and see whether we can pull off some of these grass blades, but the way they look, it is firm, it is growing, looks like we're ready for our first mow. Hey guys, Louie here and welcome back to Acorn Hill. Today's the day when we will first test this grass whether it's ready for mowing and get that first cut. Just measuring how tall they are and looks like I got 4 inches. Can you believe that? I'm taking these measurements at 7 o'clock in the morning so we have some dewdrops on the grass blades. And like any lawn care nut, I am psyched about this project. I got my Greenworks reel mower out. We're about to test this out for its maiden voyage, so to speak, and we shall see whether this works or not, so stay tuned. Now, since the new grass is just establishing itself into the lawn, I needed a lawn mower that is lightweight, that will not rip it off and will not harm the turf on the turns and on the way this thing lands on the ground when I start using it. Before mowing the grass and on my front lawn, I needed to blow some of the leaves that's sitting on top of the grass blades. That way, when we start using the reel mower, it's going to be a smooth ride altogether. And here it goes. And that right there, that sharp snipping sound, music to my ears, the sound and the task that I've been waiting to do for about 2 months now, ever since I started preparing the soil and putting on the seed, putting the amendments. This is it. This is that first mow. And let me tell you more about the details of why we have to do it, the rationale, the experience, and really the review on this new reel mower that I have. Really like this 4-wheel mower. What it does is it allows me to cruise over the turf without much effort. It allows me to handle it really easily and lightly, and so the cut becomes a lot sharper and I'm able to go over bumpy spots. This is even before I plan on leveling the lawn. It does give a neat cut right above the grass line. The one thing that I consider a minor disadvantage to the reel mower is the collection bag located along the back. I thought that it will pretty much catch most of the clippings, but as it turns out, when the reel turns, there are clippings that are thrown off along the front of the mower as well. I would say roughly 70% of the clippings, they were caught by the bag along the back, but 30%, and that's still a good amount of clipping. Those are the ones that tend to be thrown along the front of the mower, and so I had to come back and pick that up. That fresh cut grass smell, that's a winner right there. As far as the cut line and the sharpness of the blade, the reel mower did not disappoint. The grass blades have been cut cleanly. There are no jagged edges, no bruising each of the cut grass blade, and so that's a good example right there. That just makes sure that the grass doesn't get infected or acquire any other diseases as it starts to heal. So this is also another good result. And here they are right here. I've lined up several grass blades because some of them have grown taller than others. But look at the clean cut right along the bottom of the grass. The tallest that I've had for this grass is 6 inches. We had to cut off on that tallest piece about 3 inches off and left 3 inches right on the ground growing from the lawn itself. So first cut, I'm very satisfied with it. And so as a general rule, we don't want the lawn to get real tall before we mow it. The general guideline is that we don't want to remove more than 1/3 of the leaf blade each time we mow. Because the lawn is fairly young, I want to keep it at 3 inches each time I have to mow it. Some key points that I'm trying to keep moving forward is to mow my grass each time it's 4 inches tall. And I'll be using my push mower at its highest mowing height. Another plus using the push mower is that it avoids compacting the new grass and the turf as compared to using a heavy riding mower. Now, as I go mowing, piles of debris obviously on the lawn can suffocate the new grass. To keep this from happening, mowing it frequently and raking it also very carefully will remove all the clumps from the growing grass, will allow the sunlight to reach the grass blades, and will prevent it from dying off. After my first mow, I will be establishing a mowing schedule every 5 to 7 days or as needed, as well as making sure that I'm changing my mow patterns because mowing on the same pattern can cause tire ruts in the lawn and is going to be harmful for the new grass. From the time of seeding, there were only two things that I had to practice strictly in allowing this grass to grow. That would be staying off the grass and regular watering the grass seeds. During this initial establishment period, the obvious recommendation is for anyone to try to keep their foot traffic to a minimum following seeding. The seeding will begin to germinate throughout the first month, but by limiting foot traffic, we also offer the seed the best opportunity possible for proper germination and sprout new growth. As far as watering the new turf, it's always recommended to water the grass in the morning because they say when you water the lawn at night or late in the evening, it can promote an environment for fungus and disease. But in North Carolina, since the temperatures are still fairly high in the fall, what I've done is I did 3 brief waterings throughout the day. One at 10 o'clock in the morning for 5 minutes, another one at 2 p.m. between 5 to 10 minutes, and the last one is around 4 or 4:30 for another 5 to 10 minutes. Now here's my disclaimer. That watering schedule obviously doesn't apply and is not the same to other parts of the country. Common sense dictates that we just have to be very mindful of the times of the day when we see that the grass is not getting enough moisture and that we supply that moisture through either hand watering or using your sprinkler systems. And so moving forward with my lawn renovation and lawn maintenance program, during the 3rd and 4th weeks following seeding, I will continue to water the lawn in order to keep the soil moist but definitely not soggy. I will also refrain from cutting the lawn too short. Keeping it at 3 inches at this point between the fall and into the winter would be the best height. Again, between the fall into the winter, I will continue to use my reel mower in cutting the grass. This clip is a clear example of how much grass is being cut and being taken up by the reel mower, how sharply the cut is being done, and how well collected the grass clippings are, and how much is being taken up each time the reel mower passes the turf. Now you may ask, what type of amendment and fertilizer did I have to use after the seeds have started growing? In this clip, I am spreading Lesco starter fertilizer and Milorganite. Many of us gardeners know this already, but right now it is worth noting that there are 3 main nutrients in lawn fertilizer. Every fertilizer has a different ratio of these nutrients, and these are the ratios on the packaging that you see, the 3 numbers that you see clearly printed on the Lesco fertilizer bag. The first number, number 18, is the nitrogen component. Nitrogen is important for the leaf growth that we see above ground, and it helps the grass look a whole lot greener. Middle number, number 24, is phosphorus, and phosphorus is responsible for promoting root growth below the ground, and it's important for getting a new lawn established. The third number, number 12, is potassium. Potassium prevents diseases and makes the grass more resilient as it starts growing up. On the other hand, Milorganite is an organic nitrogen fertilizer, and it's a product that we will consider using on this lawn. That's because I can apply it without the risk of burning the grass. It also contains iron, which means when I apply Milorganite, it will help the grass achieve a beautiful dark green color. In doing this lawn renovation project from top to bottom, not only was I able to understand soil science and the type of grass that I need to grow on our property, it also gave me a chance to analyze the terrain, the areas where I have some dips and unevenness, as proven by some of these bald spots where there's too much moisture that have accumulated in these areas during the watering schedule that grass and the seeds that I've laid down had a tough time growing in it. Moving on to the next phase of this renovation, right now the grass, we will allow them to grow deeper, allow the roots to grow and get healthy in the new turf. But the next phase will be leveling the lawn. And there you have it, guys, a new lawn in 21 days. To this date, this is the most intensive project that I've done for our backyard. There's a lot of lessons I learned in this project, but most importantly, it's soil science and the importance of having good and healthy soil for any plant to grow in. In this case, it's the grass, the biggest plant that we have in our property. And like I said earlier, there's still lots more to come in this lawn renovation and lawn maintenance project for the property. As mentioned earlier, we'll be tackling about lawn leveling, irrigation modification, and what have you. I hope you learned a lot of different lessons throughout this time. And I hope I was able to inform you about how to take care of the lawn from start to finish and perhaps inspired you to tackle your own lawn. If you have some experiences that you can share with me or share to the group, go ahead and put it down on the comment section about how you were able to renovate your lawn and how you're maintaining it. And as always, if you like this video or any of the content that we put out on the channel, do give it a thumbs up, share it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more videos coming up. For now, this is Louie, and we'll see you back here in Acorn Hill. Look after yourselves. Bye-bye.